Good morning, traders. Richard here, a quick Ichimoku cloud chart market review of the NASDAQ 100 Minis futures contract using the Metastock platform as usual. And for the third time, we've been quite lucky with the swing trade rebound from cloud chart support levels. When we got here back in February, beginning of February, we had a nice rebound swing trade buy signal after the futures rebounded very strongly from this old cloud chart support level that we projected these numbers across from the November support zones, only to be met with resistance here at the bottom end of the Ichimoku cloud. Then another sell-off and another beautiful swing trade rebound, only be met again with resistance at the top end of the bottom end of the Ichimoku cloud. Another correction here, and then yet another assault at the bottom end of the Ichimoku cloud. Now there's a problem here because for the last couple of months we've had quite support at the top end of the Ichimoku cloud come in play. Now we've got resistance at the bottom end of the Ichimoku cloud. So this level here is kind of a line in the sand. Look at that front cloud level, that zone there's roughly, we need to really break past 25,300 basically to be back in bullish territory. Now been bearish since the beginning of February. And it's trying desperately to get past this resistance zone. So a significant breakout past 25,298 on the daily Ichimoku cloud would be a cloud cross buy signal there. So looking for that breakout past the resistance zone to give more comfort. But at the moment, could still see some risk in and around these levels. Pull back to the turning line of the Ichimoku cloud there. That's a risk factor there. So it could swing back to that zone and then make another attempt at breaking through that resistance zone. Let's take a look at the 4-hour Ichimoku cloud. Yeah, we can see once again these swing trade rebounds from old cloud support worked out well. Now a bit of water torture back and forth between the top and bottom end of the Ichimoku cloud, but so far that cloud chart support zone is holding. There is downside risk to the standard line and the turning line of the Ichimoku cloud. So any trailing stop loss should be below those levels as well as below the bottom end of the front end of the cloud. So this 24,700 major support zone, and we need to really stay above that bottom end and top end of the Ichimoku cloud. That's kind of a line in the sand. So once we break out and a clear breakout past these resistance levels, we could see this target hit 25,295 and then another consolidation to test the support at the top end of the front end of the Ichimoku cloud. So those are the downside support targets for any kind of swing trade rebounds back up to the resistance zone. When we get here to the 25,295 resistance zone, a breakout past that could lead to this old cloud chart level there. Let me just get a line on there. Hold on, there we go. That zone there, 25,568, and then the other significant resistance zone target is that zone, the bottom end of the Ichimoku cloud. So these are the upside resistance target when we get a clear breakout past the top end cloud chart resistance, with downside support the bottom end of the front end of the Ichimoku cloud, with possible weakness to retest the standard line Ichimoku cloud there. So these are the upside profit targets with downside resistance support zones. Let's take a look at the hourly futures contract. Beautiful cloud chart buy signal below the cloud, broke past the cloud, another cloud chart buy signal, now got to the old resistance level that we've seen here from the cloud, 25,178. We could see a consolidation back to test that support zone now. That's a resistance zone. It's now a new support zone as the resistance zone broke. And by that time, the standard line would catch up. So the support on the hourly 60-minute chart is 24,946, as well as the bottom end of the front end of the cloud. So any kind of, if this resistance holds, it can come back and test those levels and then move higher from those zones. But bullish, the 60-minute is bullish, 4-hour is flirting with bullishness. Need to see a clear breakout, but the daily is still bearish. We need a clear breakout past the top end of the Ichimoku cloud. Thank you for watching. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading. Bye for now.